Welcome! I'm Champion Trader Kevin Davey, and today I'd like to give you an algo trading entry that actually works in today's markets. So let's get started. So in this video, I'm going to give you an entry that works in more than one. It actually works in a whole bunch of different markets. I'm going to show you exactly what markets it works. I'm not going to be giving a sales pitch here. I'm also going to tell you what bar sizes it works with. So there's quite a bit here, and I'm going to be giving you all the code. So first, if you haven't visited my YouTube channel, check out, I've got tons of videos there. Definitely worth your time if you're an algo trader. So before I get into revealing this entry, I want to talk a little bit about strategy development, because that's a key to having success as an algo trader. And if you find yourself doing this sort of test where you have 150 million iterations, you're probably not going to have success. Now, yeah, you might have a profitable strategy or two, but if you do this over enough strategies, you're going to have a lot of problems. So watch out for that. And when you optimize, don't necessarily pick the best one. The best case is almost never the best case going forward. So that's something you have to keep in mind. Just don't do it. Okay, so I use a trademark process. I call it the strategy factory. These are the steps I take, and that's what I used. I used a modified version of one of my steps to give you this entry. And you've probably seen entries, people put out reports and that kind of stuff, and they'll give you a couple examples to show you it works. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give you specific markets, specific bar sizes, and show you robust strategies that have worked over the past 3 years. Okay? Now, to do that, I had to test a whole bunch of stuff. The first thing I tested didn't necessarily work. I don't test with any exits. I just want to see what the entries themselves do. And I tried it on a whole bunch of different futures markets and bar sizes. Okay? Altogether, roughly at least 500,000 back tests. A lot of work. And the only way I could do it was with a secret weapon that's only available to students of my course. It's called multi-walk software. Okay? Now, like I said, it's not a fully developed strategy. It's just an entry. You can use this as part of your strategy building. And the results I'm showing you here are based on a modified test that you can see highlighted, the limited feasibility test. All right, this entry is a double moving average entry. Here are the rules in plain English. If the close is less than the close, or the moving average number one close, so if the close is less than the moving average of the close with a certain length, and the close is greater than a different moving average of the close, then buy next part market, sell short if the exact opposite happens. So 2 moving averages, 1 price, the closing price, and 2 different lengths, obviously, for those moving averages. Here's an example where you can see a buy signal as the purple line, which is a moving average line, goes below 0, but the other one's above 0. Here's the code in TradeStation easy language format. There are 2 variables. I call them input var 1 and input var 3. And you see the close is less than the moving average 1, and it's greater than the other moving average, then buy, exact opposite to sell short. Here it is kind of a little bit highlighted, but the signal bar is the one bar before the buy bar. And you can see it goes, the purple curve goes, which is one of the moving averages, actually goes from positive to negative. And the other one stays positive, the blue line, that's your buy signal. Okay? So I wanted to see how robust this was, so I looked at 10 different values for moving average length 1 and 10 different values for number 2. 100 possible tests. I want to see that most of those tests over that short period of time give you profit. It's kind of a robustness test is the way I look at it. And this doesn't tell you you have a good strategy. It just says maybe you have something worth testing with walk forward testing. And so I use this as kind of like a filter. I don't want to waste my time doing more in-depth testing on something that's not that good. So here are the results from 2021 to 2023. The table lists the markets and how many bars, or I tested 4 different bars, how many of those passed. So you notice, and you might remember, I said I tested 44, I think, markets. 23 of them are profitable in at least one time frame. So 21 of them aren't profitable in any of these. But then you have something like Japanese yen and the dollar index, where all 4 of the bar sizes I tested, it's profitable. So it works in some cases, but not all cases. And that's pretty typical. You're never, in my experience at least, never going to find something that works on all markets. But this could give you a good roadmap for, hey, maybe I should pursue this with currencies, for example. Hopefully you noticed the entry itself, pretty simple. And these are just moving averages. And guess what? They worked. They gave profit. So, some people say, oh, you need these exotic entries and that kind of thing. Nah, maybe not. Simple things can work. And there's no crazy rules, crazy filters, lots of conditions. You saw all the code to generate these. And then I like to keep things symmetric. That helps reduce overfitting. Might be a little different than most people think, but a lot of times I like to say the opposite of what most people think works. Of course, this is one test of many, and part of my process allows you to test all these. And like I said, entries are important. Certainly you want a good one, but it's more about the development process. That's what really matters here. That's what you want to make sure you have working well. Again, this is the process I use, and we only looked at one step in it, but it gives you a good start. Now, you don't have to necessarily follow the process I use. Hey, just go off and test hundreds of strategies on your own, see the results, maybe go back, make changes. But eventually, if you do it right, you'll have a process that works for you. And really, that's all you can ask. Well, hey, I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. I'll keep making more. I'm Champion Trader Kevin Davey. Have a great day.